Hello, I'm a dude eating a banana that also makes games. I'm working on a playtest build for this game that I'm making with a friend, philg.itch.io, his itch account. This is the third playtest level. We're gonna be iterating on it, but on the levels. But I'm gonna be finishing up a third level today. Yeah, that's it. Wait. Gotta plug this in. Ow. I am also waiting for my coffee to brew, and then everything's gonna be even better. Because right now I'm dying. I woke up so late today. I'm on vacation. Okay, so the first level is all about getting all the coins so that we can force the player to learn how to move and stuff. The second one is all about time, so it's use what you got, and you know, move fast. Let's see if you got it. Of course, there's some like an offset there. There's a range onto which you can. You know, there's maybe like 30 seconds extra in the level. That's for now, at least. And this one is all about use your tools to carry something around and bring it in there. Obviously, this is not the level. I'm thinking the ball can't either. If it falls. Maybe we could just do. Actually, that's one of the things that I'm gonna do. First of all, it's gonna be like a respawn objective. Respawn objective is already pretty verbose, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna make a version of it, and then we're gonna see what happens. So it's gonna be respawn objective. I haven't coded in months. So this is gonna be rough, I think, but we'll see. We will see about that. I'm gonna wait for coffee to be ready, quite honestly. I have a bit of a headache right now. Let's just wait for Visual Studio to open. My coffee to brew, and we'll be good. I shaved my head. I didn't mention it, but I did. I do that sometimes. I think that's gonna be my new thing. I've been watching videos by Sucker Pinch, Tom7, I think his name is. That guy is so good. It's incredible how good he is. He's such a good presenter, such a good teacher, and such a good entertainer as well. It's just amazing how good he is. Okay, so what can we do? I'm gonna do like the simplest expression of a respawn point for an object. I'm gonna make it so that you can assign an object to be respawned, and then we cache the initial settings or whatever, and then we reset it to that thing if it falls. And then okay, I guess I'm also gonna need an object called a def box. It's gonna have a box collider, and this also is gonna be at 0, 0, 0. And basically, what's the video I watched? I was just watching Sucker Pinch. I just watched all of them yesterday. This one is really good. 30 weird chess algorithms is really good. This one is really good. This one is really good. These, like the whole NES series, is really good. This one I didn't watch. This one, the uppercase and lowercase, he uses machine learning to create lower and upper cases Reverse emulating the NES to give it superpowers is also super good. Yeah, he's just amazing. And I remember I discovered him from Ludum Dare, I think. But I'm not even subscribed. What the fuck? Like, this is one of like the best YouTube channels out there. And he's like a really smart dude. He's like a PhD. He's like a, you know, I think his papers must be really interesting. I haven't model types for mobile games. Well, it's really interesting what he does. But he is like a genius, right? Like I'm not selling him, like overselling him or anything, but like he's like, whoa, okay, this ended up in Centre Pompidou. That's crazy. Whoa, like you see, like he makes things that are just like way too good for. Wow, what a guy. Okay, I'm gonna send this to my friend because like that's just too good. I had never played that. But yeah, he's just a genius. Like pretty much, like that's it. You know. Let me go get my coffee and I'll be right back and we'll get on with development. Today we're going to be making a level where you have to bring the ball somewhere. So it's going to be an escort mission. And we're going to try to make it fun because escort missions usually are not that well loved by people. But we're going to try to make something fun. So I'll be right back. Boop. Misclicked. Alright, I was getting cold, but also I like how it looks. Yeah, so I was saying we're gonna, yes, but right now I'm just gonna code a little quick script, spawn object. So we're gonna have, let's see if I remember how to even code. Public name object, subject, let's call it subject. Then we're gonna do transform subject initial transform. So we're gonna do subject initial transform equals subject transform. Yeah, we need the whole transform because we want the rotation and we want everything. And then we're gonna do rigid body subject rigid body. If subject dot rigid subject dot has component. There's no has component. There was a has component before. I don't think this is how you do it, but I can't remember, so we're gonna see. Okay, so that now so here we're gonna have a event, I think. Oh fuck, I don't remember how to do events. So we're just gonna do a public function. Public yeah, I guess spawn subject public void spawn subject. I haven't coded in months, as I said, so I'm rusty. Spawn subject, we're gonna do subject the transform equals subject initial transform. Well, I guess position, and then rotation, I guess. So we want to do that, but also we want to reset the rigid body, I think, so that it stops moving and stuff. Wait, I'm cooking as well. So, oh, I need a limiter on this because it peaked right there. Limiter. Okay, cool. That works. All right, I'm all set up now. Whoops. Jesus. Okay, so I'm just gonna write a little description here for my friend. This script takes a subject and contains a function that responds it, needs to be implemented, and the better just did this for testing purposes. Right. So oh, there's that, and then there's going to be the death box, which is going to be the one that is going to take death box, which is going to do this for now. Yeah. Responds. Let me think. What do I need to do? So when this falls, oh, the death box could just be like, could just have a tag, I guess, for now. But we're not using tags anywhere. Okay, so we're gonna do death box. Maybe it's just gonna be like a little, kind of like this. Okay. And then so respawn objective here is going to have the sphere. Sphere here is going to be called objective sphere. So objective sphere when two-way directions. No, that's fine. It's a death box. Should this take a death box as well? No. I guess the death box could have the respawn objective script instead. Death box is basically just going to be a collider that I'm going to put at the bottom of the level, so that when the player or something falls, it does something, like it respawns the player, something like that. We don't currently have that in the game. We never bothered implementing it, but I'm just implementing a very rough version of it. So it's going to be like this. The player's not going to see it, right? And then when the player falls through it, it's going to respawn them straight up. So it's going to be a trigger in here. I called it death box, but it could be collider or whatever. I just call it death box because to me it's going to deal with death specifically, that one. How do I get to yeah, there we go. Death box. I know. Spawn objective. There we go. Cool. Maybe I can even simplify it, so it's going to be like on trigger, enter, collision other. It's going to be yeah. I mean, we do respawn subject. It's gonna be this overload. Okay, so it's gonna be like game object subject. Maybe I don't even need to store the subject here. Oh, I do. Okay. So I guess I could just do a list. Okay, let me C# list. I can't remember. It's gonna be a list game object. Whoops. That was just saying I'm just rethinking the whole thing because I'm like, maybe I could just do it with many different objects at once. So basically this should make it so that anything that's on this list here of objects that can be respawned. So I'm gonna do the player itself, but okay, so for now I'm just doing for this one, and then maybe, yeah, I can't get the player, so I'm just gonna do it for this one, but maybe we could have more than one object later on, so just doing it like that. Did you hear my explanation about a death box or no? So here we're going to do other respawn game object, and here is going to be the subject. And here we're going to go, okay, cool. I don't know why it turned itself. I know why, because I have a shortcut that's something similar to this. So let's see, we can do game transform current subject equals get object. So I have to find a way to find the current object, basically this guy here, the one that collided. I need to go find it into the list here. So we're gonna do current subject equals, so we're gonna do subject initial transforms dot find what can we do? Get find object list C#. I think it's contains. There's no contains. Subject initial transform. No. Subjects that contains transform items in the subject that transform. If no, it's not gonna be returning an object from a list in C#. It's not, it shouldn't be based on an index. It should be based on an ID or something. I don't know. I really haven't been coding in so long. object stud. Yeah, this just returns find yeah, I need to find same can't remember. Find if object is in list sharp and return it. Yeah, it has to have a unique property. It might not be the right it might not be the right data type that I'm using right now. Let's see. Basically what I want to find is find this object. We're just going to be passing around transforms maybe instead. Transform. Oh yeah, and a transform has nothing that identifies it, so it's like I'm trying to use the name itself as a key. So I guess if I say key, I'm saying dictionary. Okay, but I just want to test it as quick as possible. So maybe I'm just gonna revert back to my old version. It's not gonna be this, it's gonna be this, because this I already almost had it. So respawn object, and this is gonna be subject. Subject is going to be oh yeah, it's going to be like that. So this will be able to take our list, implement it quickly to test. So let's see where we are at with this. Basically what we want is on trigger enter, we just call respawn subject. So this guy here should be able to fall now, I think, and reappear. Okay, that did not happen. We're gonna see why. On trigger enter. Box. Oh, there's no subject right now. Maybe I did it in. Okay. Where's the sphere? The sphere keeps falling. Okay. Def box here. It's a trigger. It's here. It's covering this. Is it lower than it should? Yeah, okay. Just make it as big as we can just in case it's missing it. Should be fairly simple to implement. I don't know why I'm having a hard time. Okay. So just print. Okay, those are not my errors, so that's good. If we get to the trigger, we're good. Ah, okay, so it's falling. And now what happened? Spawn subject, public void, subject transform position equals da da da. Why isn't it coming back here? Subject initial transform. Subject. Why is it not doing that? It's very weird. Okay, so we got there. So this I'm doing incorrectly. So maybe set position. Subject dot set position. No. Transform dot set position and rotation. Okay. Do it like this. Maybe. And here is it gonna be rotating? Okay. Falling. It's not coming back. It's just not coming back at all. So am I not getting the right object then? Subject, death box, objective sphere, public name object, subject initial transform, subject to transform. Let's do print subject dot name and see what happens if we got a subject at all. Right here. And it's not coming back for some reason. What am I doing? Oh, well, first of all, if it's working, the object might be falling over and over because I put it somewhere else. So we're just gonna check that it's not like coming back up. This should be fairly simple though. Like, I'm not quite sure why. The object should just be coming back over and over. There, it's falling. Boom. Falling again. Did it ever hit this F box? It did. So did it again, but it keeps falling through. Okay, so yeah, that's what I was thinking, so that's why I disabled it. Let's do that. Let's do your idea then and see. Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna change the shortcut because I haven't coded with the mic on like this. Okay, so I'm gonna choose to do shift and shift plus equals maybe. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, so it's not happening for some reason. Why not though? This should not be hard. I wonder if this is doing something over it. Yeah, okay, so it's calling this function here. This is just not happening. Setting position of object, the code, rigid body, unity. It's fairly basic. So. Teleporting a rigid body from one position to another uses rigid body.position. Rigid body.position, yeah. And we have the right object. Am I not getting this correctly though? Maybe that's the issue. Let's see. Print. Debug.log. Project initial. Let's see. So it does get it. Let's see if it gets the right coordinates. (22, 05, 13). Yeah, that's right. So I'm getting the position. On trigger, enter, collider, other. So it triggers, and then what happens is on trigger, enter. It calls it, so that's correct. Why doesn't it change positions? Let me just try this. Okay, why does this have same script twice? This should not be an issue though. Like, I don't get it. Oh, it's one of those bugs. Okay, I'm having this. Okay, I get it. This part. Falling, so it fell. Oh, it never. Oh no, that's correct. Here, so we're responding to subject. Subject.get component rigid body. But you know, you can print an object and select and click on the console so you show. Yeah, you can do debug.log, so message and game object, and this will show it up on the hierarchy. But more often than not, I use print. But when I want to know if the object is there, I do that. So I wonder, like, this makes no sense that it doesn't work. So why are you doing this? It's an object, it falls, it hits a tree. Is it because of this? No, but that wouldn't even work actually, because that's not what we want. So it is calling it. I'm just not like ob dot rigid OB rigid body dot. What does OB rigid body have? Could be this. Should I be dealing with the OB rigid body? OB rope is basically what we use. OB is like a suite of stuff, of like scripts and stuff that are made for Unity, and yeah, so basically it's what we use for the rope on the character, but we also use it for physics so that the rope interacts with the rest of the physics in the game. And I think there's like something that it takes over. Okay, sure. So it does call it, but for some reason it doesn't respond. Let's look at Stack Overflow and see Stack Overflow object set Unity change object. Teleport, I guess. Teleport. And we go through code. The main reason your character is drifting back to after teleport. Remedy for this will change pause variable from teleport to teleport. That's not what I want. Yeah. I don't get it. Like, from the position equals. Let's do it vector.0 and see if it even brings it somewhere. If it's the storing of the data that's the issue. So right now we're gonna keep an eye on the transform right here, and we're gonna see if that's what happens. This is so simple. I don't understand. Oh, it worked. So the problem is in the problem is right here. Subject initial transform dot position. So what is the issue here? Ah, I think I know what it is. This here. Oh no, is it? Maybe it doesn't get assigned before. So we're gonna do if subject initial transforms. So if it's null, I'm gonna do this. So now hopefully it'll work. Because maybe we're doing too early before the object was assigned to the variable. So maybe there was a problem in order operations. Basically the position was null. Or maybe not. Say, right? Assign. I don't know at this point. This should have been done like this. Oh, it's assigned. And why? If you disable and move the object. No, I think the problem is not that. The problem, I was able to move it. It's just this. It's not getting the. It's not getting this. So it's assigned subject initial transform. If you disable and move the object, we could do that. I mean, subject that active false, and then, well, I guess here it's like set active false, and I could re-enable it after. I mean, let's do that and see what happens. Might as well just try it, I guess, right? Well, we're getting closer though, right? That's beautiful. So why? It's beautiful, I know. Why does it think? Why did it move there though? That's not where it should move. Okay, is my object triggering this already? Like, is this too high? I don't know what happened there, honestly. Yeah, as you can see, it's basically catching onto the rope. Why is it catching onto the rope? Like, it's not even... What is happening there? Let's get rid of this for now. I do not get what happened there. It's funny though. It's great. Okay, now it doesn't work at all. And it keeps falling. But it's falling slowly now, isn't it? Yeah, and there it's stuff's kind of falling. So right now it's like going back to its initial position. Maybe because of this now. Let's see. This is it bothers me that something so easy is like such a problem right now. It bothers me so much. Okay, at least it keeps falling. So disabling and enabling does that. Here. Okay, so you can see now it's falling back. So there it is, it's fixed. So now, finally, it's gonna. Boop. God, that was rough. That was rough. God damn. That should not be so hard. Okay, so at least we got that. Okay, let me be back in a second. Alright, so colorful. How's the music and my voice balanced? Is it good? Can you hear me well and can you hear the music? Or should I lower the music or something? I always wonder about sound balance in these things. Okay, so couple of things that I wanted to do. In principle, I wanted so the player has to bring this here, first of all. And I think I could even make it something else. I can even make it like a sphere, which is really nice. Which might be nicer. Like, let's say if I made it something like 10, 10, 10, and then you just bring it into a sphere. This is the zone into which you have to bring the object, right? And then so that this works, we're gonna remove the object, and we're gonna do a sphere as well. And I think the sphere has to be a trigger, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check again. Level end zone. Here, yeah, it's a trigger. So we're gonna do it just like this. And I'm just gonna test if it works. Boom, did it enter? No. I'm gonna be careful about it. Boom. Please go in. Oh, okay, so yeah, it needs to be a trigger or else. What's auditory dyslexia? I know about dyslexia, but I don't know about auditory. Okay, and there we go. The level is done because we did that. So basically, a couple of things that we want to do. We want to make it easy for the player at the beginning to move the ball and to learn how the ball works. And I feel like the ball may be a little bit too light right now, as to what I'm trying to convey here. Maybe it could be bigger, even just to exaggerate things a little bit. It's gonna be more fun. Yeah, like that. It's kind of like, maybe that's too heavy. So 2 and it falls poof. And then we can keep playing with it, and we can make it like a little bit bouncy, right? So like, and then maybe if it's bouncy, that's too heavy. I like the idea of it falling from the sky. You know, it's kind of cool. Let's do it like this. Let's just start at the bottom, and then we could add that effect later if you want. We want to make it so that the player possibly finds themselves in a position where they have no choice but to interact with the ball, right? So we're gonna make it something like, whenever we get here, I guess we could close off the player. Let's do like 5. Yeah, we're gonna close off the player here. 5. It's perfect. Here we go. And then I'm just gonna clone this. 90 degrees. Bring it here. And then do the same thing on the other end. And then put the ball. Oh, you're okay. I see. But that's not something that I can help with, right? Like being clearer or something like that. That's more like on your end, or because if there's anything I can do to help, just let me know, and I'll try to be more clear or explain things a little bit better. Well, if it's needed. If not, it's all good as well. On your end, yeah. Just trying to be a little bit considerate here, but I know like sometimes there's nothing we can do. We can just do our best. Okay. It's like a line to it. So the other idea that I had for this level would be to like have a flipper things. I think they're just called flippers. They're not flipper things. I think they're just called flippers. But seeing how hard, like what hard of a time I had doing it normally, I might need to not do it and ask the programmer to do it. So now if the player wants to exit, I think they must touch the ball or else, yeah, they're touching it, no worries. So the other thing that I was thinking is, what if, because I want to get across the point that this level is going to be hectic. Yeah, I was thinking about making it sort of like a pinball level. That's what I was trying. It was what I was thinking. But first of all, when the player starts, I want them to lose control of the ball a little bit. Right, so I want to make it so that the player's like, oh, that's cool, like I can move the ball, but then I'm gonna make it so that it slopes down, right? So that the ball just does its thing. You know, so it's gonna go like this, and then go like this. So then the ball's gonna go fast, right? And I think that's just fun in itself. It's just like fun and funny to me, like that the ball just does whatever it wants. However, I don't want to make it so that the ball can fall off at this point. So I'm just gonna do something like, let me see. I'm just gonna clone this out. I'm just gonna, what can I do? Back, this, and just go like this, and make like a wall here, and bring it up, and that'll protect it a little bit. Great. I think this is gonna be great. I think this is gonna be like super fun. The player itself won't be dragged down. The idea is that the player starts and they're like, oh, what the fuck? And then, oh, fuck! And the player has to like follow it, and then maybe there could be a flipper on the side or something, right? And I think something that could be really fun is if I put switches on the ground. Let me just, yeah, like I put a switch on the ground, and then when the player touches the switch, the flipper goes like this. So then maybe at some part the player will have to touch stuff with the worm to make the ball move somewhere that they want it to move. But let's just start with this right now, because this is already like pretty fun to me. But let's see. So this here will kind of like open up. So yeah, you want to bring this and this down like this. Same thing here. Boop, boop. Here. Keep getting texts. And then so yeah, I'm just gonna start with like the flat part of it, right? So it'll be something like this. Oh, you know what? Actually, no. It's not gonna be like this. It's gonna be like this, but then here it's gonna go like this. So the level kind of like opens up. You see? Yeah. So there we got the level opening up, and that's just, to me, that's just already like really promising and fun. Like I'm really happy with this. Like just like this craziness here. Yeah, I think that happens in Sonic actually as well. Yeah. Which Sonic gets a lot of hatred, but I don't think it's that bad as a game. Like I remember enjoying it as a kid. Here, boom. You're like, fuck. Yeah, so obviously here I'm gonna do something like, I'm just gonna put a wall here so the ball doesn't fall. I could do the same on the other ends, but I don't have an idea yet of like what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna play with it a little bit and see. So, oh fuck, okay. So to add unpredictability. I'm gonna add little spheres here that are gonna be like maybe like 4x4, and they're gonna be like this, so that they are pretty much what's gonna make it the ball kind of like move around. It's gonna touch this and then eventually go possibly move around. Did you know about the handles here? I don't know if you knew this about Unity, but like this part here, you can use it to move just on that axis with the little cube in the middle. I used Unity for a while before I knew that. Before I would just do this, whereas you can just do this, and it'll only move on this axis, like flat. And did you know about this? Maybe you knew about this, but like this tool is this tool right here. So let's say if I used to do this, and move it. Let's say if I wanted to have like something that's shorter and to the left, but then you could just do this. You know, so it keeps the axis. Oh, you can't. You cannot. What I'm using is something called Peak. It's made by my friend and coworker Laszlo. I think it's from Ludic. It's a product from Ludic. It's a really good product. It allows you to do like a bunch of stuff. For example, he's also the creator of Bolt. I don't know if you're aware, but like it allows you to do something like this. So let's say if I just wanted to do level design, which is what I'm doing right now, you know, you can just do it to full screen and add objects. And here I could add new components. I could edit, you know. It's a really cool product, and I don't think it's that expensive, and it's really worth the price of admission. It's amazing. Like he used to be my roommate. I saw him create it in our kitchen, and like when he first showed me the idea, I was like, okay, what the fuck? Like this is what Unity should be like from the beginning. Anyway, he's a really smart dude. It didn't do much, these little things. So like, yeah, that's what I wanted. You see, like little things like that. So maybe what I could do is many more, but small. So little bumps. Let's see. I'll just do it one by one. Yeah, I really like Peak. Like I'm not a salesman for it. Like I got it for free also, just so you know. Because he's a friend, so he just gave it to me. But I think it's really worth the price, and he's a really cool developer. I'm making my day job game that we're doing it together. It's also a beautiful game. And if you know of Bolt, also like it's really nice for non-programmers. Which one? The game that we're working on. It's a proper like funded game that's gonna be on consoles and stuff. But yeah, it is a personal project that he got funding for, and it's an amazing project. I can send you a link if you wish. That's fun. I can show you. This is it. You could Puzzle.itch.io, I think. There you go. So this is the game that we're working on. This is a Montreal screenshot, and here I am. And I don't have Twitter anymore, so this link is broken. I'm gonna ask him to change it for my website, maybe. I like this. Oh, you know what other game I really like? Super Monkey Ball. I feel like this game could have something like that at some point. I don't like how slow the ball is right now, but I'm not quite sure how we could do this. Maybe like, maybe it needs less angular drag. Ah! And then you would have to go get it back. Well, I'm gonna do like more like proper like checkpoints. I'm not working on Minimaker. I'm a tester. I just tested. I just did a play test. I'm working on this. I'm working on. I have 2 podcasts that are in French. I have. I make music, so I do a lot of stuff. But this is my current game project, and I also have another game that came out. Ah, d'accord. I made this game a couple of weeks ago for the band Busty and the Bass. Je vais continuer à te parler en anglais si ça te va, ou tu aimes mieux que je te parle en français? C'est juste pour les viewers, s'il y a un jour il y a des viewers qui viennent. And I made also this game, which you can get on Switch and a bunch of stuff places. So yeah, if you want to check it out, here it is. Yeah, perfect. That's totally fine. I don't mind. It was more for you than for me. Both are fine with me. So yeah, those are the projects that I'm working on. I'm not part of the team of Minimaker. I was just a tester. Like anyone could have signed up, but they're friends, right? Like they're people that I know personally. So I really like Minimaker. Alright, we've been at it for an hour and 16, and this is what we got. Of course, that script really got us really blocked us for a little while, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so this is what I want. I like this pattern, but that's not what I'm gonna use. Let's just start. So what's the challenge here? The player knows that the ball moves, yeah. The ball can go down, and also, the ball can go down. So if the ball can go down, can I just bring this up a little bit? Yeah, I think I want it to be a little bit crazier. Yeah, okay. So I'm just gonna bring this up here, and we're just gonna shift everything up because I just want to, honestly. I just feel like it's gonna be way cooler if the player sees something crazy. So, of course, this breaks a lot of what I did here, but it's fine for now because I could just I can just do this. And this. I'll just do that for now. So yeah, if you want to see some more of my work, I have a YouTube channel where I stream everything that I do. and I stream basically. I do like modular music, so basically music with weird like cables and stuff. Also, I stream my music with the OP1 and just like a bunch like VR stuff that I make, you know, like I don't know why my videos are not working, but actually I'm gonna show you one that's really cool. This one. Check it. So basically in this one you have a little thing that allows you to see the camera. You can pick the camera and see it on your little screen, right? And do shots, but also you can pick that one up. That one has physics, and if you change camera modes you can also use it, but then this camera falls and has physics, so you can throw it around to see things that you can't usually see, and then yeah, there you go, and you can see that people are gonna shoot at you or something, you know. So that's just a little concept that I made on my YouTube channel. I sold my VR kit, so I can't do VR anymore really, but yeah, that was fun. I just like to be creative, and yeah, cameraman simulator. I just like to be creative and make a bunch of shit. And if you want, I have a psychology podcast and a chess podcast as well, where since you're French, you could come and subscribe if you want. It's new, but I'm doing it with 2 other friends, and we play chess and hang around. And that's it. So, those were all the ads for today. Sorry I bombarded you with stuff that I do. Oops. But you know, you gotta hustle. You gotta talk about what you do and share it with people. You know, you got no choice. Yeah, you can come and join and hang out with us. It's a pretty chill stream. We don't take ourselves too seriously or anything, so you could learn with us or just hang out with us, and we could play you and stuff. We're not good per se, but we're not like complete beginners. My ELO score is like 900, something like that. Basically, a beginner is 600. Tournament player is 1500, and a master is like 2200. So we're not complete beginners. We're just like a little bit above. Right. Okay. So what I want to do here is make it so that the player has to bring the ball into something. But for some reason, this thing here is linked with this. I have no idea why. Why? Can I just get rid of this? Yeah, okay. I don't want to do that. That's actually cool though, to have like little barriers like that. Let's say like something like this, let's say. But, you know. So what I don't like about Pro Builder is that it's that I can't make holes into things, basically. These things are all linked right now. So can I just detach? I'm just gonna detach all these faces. hopefully I can also detach the one that's inside. Is there one inside? Yeah, so we're gonna go into Pro Builder and then detach faces. So now, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, there we go. That's what we wanted. I'm gonna repair this right after, so do not worry. Worry not. Yo, this level is gonna be fun. I really like what we got so far. I'm really into like I don't like this level. Just gives me hope that the game has potential to have cool and creative things to it, you know. So here, thing is, I don't want the ball to fall straight up in there, right? Like I don't want it to get there. So we're gonna add some sort of thing here that's gonna be like. Now I feel like it's too high. I should have tested it before I committed to it. But why would I commit? Why would I test things, right? What about just bringing this down? Oh, okay, yeah, that's an issue. Okay, so I need to bring down the whole face. Yeah, so I can do something like this. I don't know why these got all deformed, but we're just gonna delete them. Yeah, the player never sees this, really, so. Yeah, that looks pretty clean right now. Boop. Hey now. Hey now, you're a rock star. Repaired. And we're gonna do the same thing on this one. We're gonna bring the edge in to construct it like this. We're doing it manually, but you know, I think there's ways to do it a little bit more professionally. And here, we're gonna bring this here. Boom. Something like this. And can we maybe just do this and bring it down a little bit also? Okay. Okay, sir, that's not what I wanted. I'm still getting the feeling that it's too high. Why did I bring it so high? God damn it. Just keep testing it out. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's what I wanted. Okay, there we go. And you know, one cool thing about working with a good friend is that when I make the levels, I'm just thinking, oh, will he think this is cool? Like, and not like trying to impress him. It's more like, it's like I'm gonna tell him a good joke, right? And I'm like, hey, look at this. Look at what I could do with what we came up with. And that's gonna, like, I don't know, it's just fun to make your friends happy, you know? Okay, what can I do here that's gonna save this? I'm not gonna have to go crazy about it. Okay, yeah, so this has been extended. Can I just... No, I can't delete that. I'm just gonna delete them for now as faces. I'm gonna detach them. That's what I'm doing. Can I just delete them? Okay, yeah, that's cool. I can delete them. And this should be fine. I just want to make sure that I'm not like anything stupid or leaving things that don't make sense anymore. Yeah, that is needed. I'm gonna redo that part, but just for now, just for funsies. Okay. And now we can maybe bring these back. Will the player be able to stick to the ball? Maybe. Not on this level, I don't think, but that's like the kind of stuff that we're thinking about. Maybe maybe like a special level or something, we're thinking about stuff like that. But for now, for this level, no. This level is really about bringing the ball to the goal. But maybe there could be something like a sticky ball, right? Like where the player... This is a fucking mess. So that's kind of what I wanted. I wanted it to stop, so then the player can kind of like try to direct it out of that. And here maybe like put something like bumpers or something. I'm just gonna try and see if I can do that myself. So the idea here is that, oh, this wall is like way too thick. Oh, but it has to go this way. Then make it, yeah, okay. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's say that this is it. This works. Obviously, it's not balanced, but okay. So now what I want to do is like, oh man. I want to do it as simple as I can, I guess, right now. 2 by 2 by 2. Here, this one good. Not 90, 45 degrees. So you see, like, I just like level design that does a lot with very little. Like, it's just like the type of stuff that I like, being very simplistic and clear, you know. I just start with little ideas like this, and then I just go for it. So here we're gonna try to change the direction, and for now we're gonna be nice to the player, and we're gonna make it so that they don't need to do anything too crazy. They just need to bring the ball like this, right? However, very soon they're gonna lose their training wheels, and we're gonna make it so that there's no barrier anymore. So that's what I want to get to, hopefully. But maybe we could do something more like this in the beginning, and then so that it's as wide as possible. There, you see, hopefully that's wide enough. And then bring it like this, and still make it wider. Yeah. And let's just do this one just for fun and see what happens here. Okay. Well, let's just go with that and see what happens. It's already almost 4, eh? God damn it, why is coffee so good? I mean, yeah, I got the OP1, but then I bought an interface, and then I bought this, and then I bought this, and then I bought this, and this, and this, and this. And this. Just sending a message to a friend that was saying, "Oh, are you gonna buy the OPZ?" Like, dude, I have gas, like gear acquisition syndrome, where I buy too much gear, too much music gear. And he's like, "Oh, you mean like the gas, like the like the fuel for cars?" I'm like, no. Gear acquisition syndrome. It's I'm using everything that I got, but it's just like a lot. And a lot of money also. I'm not complaining. I'm really happy that I can afford these things and that I can use them and that I have time to use them and to learn and to have fun with the things that I have. It's just, I don't want to buy things that I'm not going to use. And I'm just afraid that if I get more music gear, I'm not going to use it. So I need to make the best of the one that I already have. Or the ones that I already have, I mean. And then start thinking about buying new stuff. Eventually. Maybe if I ever make money from music, you know? Which I don't think I ever will, but this is not like my main thing. I think games are my main thing. Yeah, that's it. That's cool. So I just the OPZ. OPZ is this thing. Which I want. It's really cool. It's a sequencer. Just like the OP1, it's the same brand as this, which is like a little keyboard that you can make music with, right? And it has like a lot of functions and stuff. I can show you a little bit. Let's see if I can just move the camera here. I don't know what I was making yesterday. like, and then you can choose like a bunch of different like. There's a lot of instruments and stuff. Was it? Anyway. And then I had another one. This is like a selection menu. Let's say you're in a game. Accept. Cancel. Anyway, so yeah, that's the OP1. You can make music with it, and it's like just it's really fun, but it's like really expensive as well. So but all music gear is just super expensive. So yeah, that's why I'm learning music, is to make my own music for my games. I currently I haven't made my own music for games except Game Jam games, but I want to start making my own music for games. Yes, that's why I got into music, pretty much. I want to be like a one-man studio type thing. I like collaborating with other people, but I also like just to be able to do things quickly and without having to wait after people. You could say I'm a little bit impatient sometimes. Not with people, with myself. I want this to be mirrored like this. I just really like to play around with things, is what I'm saying, you know? Okay, yeah, that's way too small. And these are kind of annoying for the player, so I'm just going to bring them down a little bit. Because our goal is really just to fuck with the ball and not the player. Yeah, I just want them to slow down. Yeah, there we go. That's cool. So then this can go like this, a little bit, so that, you know, the player doesn't have to fucking wanna die there. Okay. These could have like an animated version that like goes like this or something. I think that could be kind of cool. I'll help the player here, but it won't help me here. Well, my friends are getting COVID vaccines. On you, motherfucker. Of course, the game is missing some dynamics, like stuff that moves around, I think. You could get vaccinated in June. Yeah, I don't know when I will be able to, because my friends work in school context, basically they're teachers. And I work from home, so I don't think I'm really high up the list. But you know, we'll see. We'll see when I can get vaccinated. I will. I'm just not getting vaccinated right now. What happened there? Some deal with the camera or something? Why is this at an angle? Why is that at an angle? That's so weird. Why is this at an angle? Okay, that's so strange. Maybe one of the other vertices or something else, or like at an angle or something. Yeah, let's just fix it before I keep like stacking on like. Worst case scenario, I'll just start a new object completely so that I don't keep stacking issues. Did I show you the mockup for the main menu? just gonna be like a silly face type thing. We're not like the prototype will not have graphics, I don't think. We're just gonna try to make it look a little bit nicer, but it's really gonna be like prototypey. But the intention is to make it look like I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna start making mockups for that actually. Not right now, but in general. I should. Okay, so Photoshop's making my computer freeze for some reason. The computer they have is not bad, it just has a lot of issues. This is my work computer pretty much. And I'm gonna go change it tomorrow, I think. But since I'm on vacation right now, I just don't feel like doing much except work on my personal games. Okay, so I think Photoshop just opened. It's freezing, so. We're gonna commit really soon because I'm just afraid of losing progress. It's saved, so we're good on that end. Okay, so here I'm just gonna bring this up a little bit first. And here. Okay. Alright, so colorful. What is the game going to look like? If Photoshop opens one day, I swear I will show it to you. Is it ever gonna open? I think Photoshop just crashed. Fuck. I need to get onto that as well. And this is my friend's Twitter, the friend that I'm working with. I don't get it. Okay, so Photoshop is open, but it's not responding. So that's amazing. That's exactly what you want out of your software that you pay for. But here you go. It's opening, it's opening, it's opening, I think. Okay. So here you go. This is the look. So you can see that there's like a balloon type look for the title itself, and then what we want for the player is like to be like maybe like a solid color, maybe even like this type of thing, but like a silly, happy, stupid face. And yeah, so like big head and small little face. I just think it looks so stupid and funny. I like it. I made this the other day, by the way. I just came up with so many versions of it. Eventually we settled for this one. I really like it. So yeah, so that's it. Colorful. I don't know if you saw it, but I'm gonna close it now. Let me know if you saw it. Hopefully you didn't miss it, because I'm not gonna reopen Photoshop again. Anyway. Yeah, like I want the player to look kind of like balloony, I think. Balloon-ish, I guess. Balloony, or balloon-ish. It already looks much better. Okay. You little shit. Come on. Okay, and here. Here's like, oh fuck. Oh no, 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 no. Ah, motherfucker. Okay, so. What is the idea here, right? Like, do we want a pair of shoes with a slinky between? You know, that's part of the... I don't know if I still have the mock-ups, but we have so many mock-ups for this. I think that was one of the versions. But a slinky is a cool idea. It's like sort of like what we had in mind. Let me go and check if I have mock-ups for this. Museum. So you see, we kind of document all the different versions of the game, all the different things and features and stuff. Let me see if we have references. No. Deprecated, maybe. Research. Design. Oh yeah, so here you see like this is for another game actually, but we had a game where you would stack characters and stuff. So that's not it. Docs. No. Schedule is level first, passed on March. That's not it. We are April 7th right now. I'll duplicate it and I'm gonna bring it. For this, I'm planning on having a first pass done for today, basically. That's what we're going to be doing today. So this level, I'm going to finish today, a first pass. And then I'm going to pass it on to my friend. He's going to test them. He's going to give me feedback, and we're going to play it. And we're going to improve him. So build, we said, the 11. Build ready, should be. So what do we have? A description, titles, prototype graphics, maybe clean up, 5 play testers, maybe more, but yeah. So yeah, it doesn't look like I have the initial mockups for this, sadly, which is just too bad, but you know. Oh, okay, I have an idea actually. So basically, so that it's not too hard, I'm gonna use this here as walls for this part. So it's basically to give the player a chance to catch the ball, right? And then eventually I'm going to use that in the new section that I'm going to be doing here. Are you going to be part of the playtesters, by the way? Are you going to? I'd like that if you want. It would be really cool and very, very helpful, because you've seen Like, you're the person that saw the most of the development since I started streaming it like a couple days ago. I think that would be kind of cool so that you can give me some feedback and help out. It's gonna be on the 11th. Are you on the Discord? On my Discord? Okay, cool. So I'm gonna be posting about it on it, and yeah, I'll let you know. Okay, I think I got an idea here. I find this game so inspiring, it's crazy. Like, I'm really, really inspired by it. Here we go. Okay, it's not an issue. So here, we're just gonna show the player that the barriers are gonna go down. And that they're gonna have to figure something out. And I think this could be the end of the level, but what's cool is that I'm gonna do like a reverse. The player's gonna have to bring it up. And I'm gonna re-bring the barrier here. Boom, boom, boom. Very quick level prototyping, nothing fancy, just test the game structures and whatnot, you know? Because you don't want to make a game that people can't play, man. You want to make a game that people can play. So no matter what you do, get your game onto people's hands as soon as you can, because you're not the player, you are the developer. You need to know if the game is fun. At least that's my way of seeing things. That's why I think game jams are so great for some things, is that you get people to play your games, and then you get like feedback, and you know what you did right or wrong, you know. And this is going to be the objective here. So I'm going to bring this here, and that's going to be it. Finishing a game is awesome. Finishing a game is great. But getting people to play your game, I think it's even better. Even if it's not finished, you know? That's why we're doing this. Like, we are not yet happy with like what this game is yet. Like, you could see that there's a lot of issues and stuff, but is it good enough so that players can test it? Yes. Yes, because we know what the issues are. If we didn't know what the issues were, we wouldn't get it into players' hands. Yeah, so this is the thing. And here, maybe this here, I can paint it some other color. Why is there no orange? Ah, there we go. Just to remind the player that that's what the beginning was. This is what the, you know, then you do this, and the player knows, oh shit, I remember this. This is like what happened in the beginning. So it must be near the end. It's just like when you watch a movie, you know, like when you watch a movie, there's a part that looks like the beginning. There's a reason why it looks like the beginning. It just brings you back, and you know that it's the end. Hey dude, Milan Harris Dev. It is the best title, I know. Thank you. What is it again? Is it like you're a fucking worm or something like that? I thought it would bring someone in that would like that. To be honest, I did it on purpose, just to bring someone in. Okay, so let's play the level and see. Oh, I was calling you? Maybe that was the thing. Okay, so. Oh shit, no, be careful now. Maybe I am the weird ass worm. Maybe we are all weird ass worms. Okay, so this part we have to be careful because there's no walls. And then, oh shit. And the end here, it's gonna fall. Okay, yeah, I don't like the end. I like the rest. I think this is empty here, so we need something interesting. And this here is not, it's just not long enough, I think. I can show you the controls. So you're gonna see, so I'm pressing these things, right? This, you can control one of the ends, but usually you can just control them like this. But if you press A, you can go up. If you press the other trigger, you can move your other end, and you can walk like this, like by alternating, right? But then what's cool is that you can do cool moves, like for example, if you go up and you do the other one, then you can jump, but then you can go like this, and then you can do stuff like this even, go like this, and then and maybe that's an attack or something, I don't know. Yeah, I showed, I can show you a mock-up. I opened Photoshop earlier, and it took this computer everything to open Photoshop for some reason. The character is going to be really cute and silly. Let me show you the mock-up for the main menu that I made the other day. The game doesn't have a name yet, by the way. It's called Clitulum now because a Clitulum is this part of a worm, this little thing, and also because it sounds like clit, and we thought it was funny internally with my friend. But like the saddle here, yeah, it's not the RAM. It's not the RAM. This computer is like 32 gigs of RAM. It just has like a motherboard issue and connectivity issues that are really weird. So the character is gonna be like this, right? It's gonna be like super big face and a little, super big head and little face. That's what we're trying to do. That's gonna be like really stupid, really Nobi Boy, Katamari, all that stuff. But we're not gonna try to make it Japanese. You know what I mean? Like I don't like, let's say like Pikuniku. I like the game, but I don't like the fact that it's French people trying to make it Japanese. Like it's kind of weird to me. It's not like an appropriation thing. It's just like. It looks a little bit fake to me, but yeah. How many people were? Just two? Just me and a friend. Okay, that works. So here we need something to slow it down then, yeah? Because that's kind of like weird. So we're gonna do... Maybe we could do this here. We're just two. I'm trying to convince my friend to stream, so like I'm just getting started on streaming, trying to get some people on it, on the stream. Right now we have Colorful and you. Like, yeah, there will be multiplayer. There's gonna be not online, I don't think, but I can show you. Some ideas for multiplayer. Yeah, ideas here. Oh yeah, gameplay activities. So we think about sumo. There's gonna be like a sumo mode where you try to throw the other player off of like a platform or something like that. We're gonna do soccer. With the ball, you have to score onto the other. It's called the Notion. It's like a note taking. We use this at work, and we use this for this thing. Yeah, so like sports. It's more like sports PvP and fighting PvP, and maybe even co-op at some point. I don't know. Like maybe we could have some co-op levels. The inspiration for this, flow-wise and ideas-wise, is Snipperclips. I don't know if you've played Snipperclips. It's so. Do you want my honest opinion on Notion? I can give it to you if you want. Because I use it on the daily. Like I use it at work on an indie project where 6 people. And I use it for this also where just 2 people. I think Notion is great. You can do a lot of stuff like databases and linked databases and like checklists and timelines or whatever. It's awesome. But right now, I don't know what they're doing. Their servers or whatever, they're super slow. So like, let's see if I look design. On this project, it goes fast because there's not a lot. But on my other project, there's a lot of documentation. And honestly, sometimes Notion goes so slow that sometimes it just says that page doesn't exist, but it actually exists, and that just sucks, you know. So it has some issues right now, and the devs are aware of it, and they're working on it. But like, I just feel like for a production tool, it's kind of weird that it's working so badly. Okay, this is being... Yeah, okay. So this is way too hard right now, I think. So I don't think it's production ready for real. And that's the goal of the level. So I think I'm not happy with this. Here, there should be something more interesting. Ooh, what about... But the tool itself is not bad. It's just right now it's like at a really weird spot. Okay, what do you use for like... Yeah, so with Notion you can do a lot of stuff, right? Like I can't show you my work stuff that has like a bunch of stuff, but like it has like databases, it has like you can assign, like you can do like a mini Jira on it. You could do like a bunch of stuff. It's when it works, it's great. I love it. When it doesn't, it's just super annoying, you know. And you know, like in when you're like in a project and you're working with people, what's a CRM? CRM. Yeah. Customer relationship management? Is that what it is? I'm not quite sure what CRM is. If you could indulge me, sir. Oh yeah, this is not front facing, right? Like Notion for us is not front facing. It's just internal. So more like keeping track of stuff, documentation, timesheets, task management, asset management, asset linking to scenes. Like we have like a list of like all the assets on a scene, their completion state. You can mention people, you can assign things, and usually you can. Okay, then I don't know what you're talking about. But for us, we want to store customer data and. Okay, so for documentation of customer stuff inside, like internally. What do you mean? Theoretically, you can export and import stuff and whatever. Yeah, with Notion, with an enterprise level thing, you can export PDF, HTML, and Markdown, CSVs and stuff. So, but I think you need an enterprise level account. Oh, please, it's totally fine. We're here to hang out, right? Like, don't worry about it. Please. I like this here. I don't want to use it too much, but I kind of do like it. I do think it's kind of fun. Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about it more, you can send me a message and I can tell you a little bit more about it in private as well, like on actual like product use and stuff. We could talk about it. That looks like a face. Hey, you little shit. So maybe what we want. Yeah, of course. I'm working for Impossible. It's an indie studio based in Montreal. We are 5-6 people. I can show you the game. We're working on this here. AT. But yeah, this is a game that I'm working on. You can also see it on Steam. I think there's a trailer somewhere on YouTube also. Yep. Yeah. Basically, it's a game about painting in the city. You paint stuff. Let me see if I can show you. This is what the game looks like. I'm a designer and level designer on this. Yeah, it looks cool, right? Thank you. We work very hard. Quite frankly, we work very hard. Yeah, I mean it's cool. Like right now I'm on vacation though. Like we took a week off. We're very, very blessed that we're working amongst friends and we care about each other's health and stuff, and we were working really hard these days. So eventually we just decided to take a little break of a week. But you know, it's it's worthwhile. We're making something good, and basically the creator of this game, his name is Laszlo. He's also the creator of a software called Bolt and Peak, which I'm using here, and yeah, he's a really smart dude and a good friend, and I'm really lucky to work with people that are inspiring and inspired, and people that care about how we feel, and you know, we have a lot of say on the game. Like it's a proper indie game. Yeah. Bold the Virtuals. Yeah, exactly. You're familiar with it, eh? Yeah, that's so basically Laszlo used to be my roommate. We used to live together, and then he hired me on ET, and that's been my day job for like about the last year, almost. It's been challenging, but really fun. It's a really cool game. We're trying to make something really unique. Yeah, it's awesome. Are you familiar with Peak though? Peak is even better, man. Like I prefer, like, because I don't use visual programming, but I love Peak. Like Peak, you can go into full screen like this, do your level design, add an asset, and here add like a component, let's say a script, and then you can edit it and change the transforms, and you know, it's just lovely. Yeah, he's an amazingly talented guy. Okay, this is cool, like learn how to push this to the other part. Oh, okay, cool. That's awesome. Where did you work, if you can tell me? I just want to know who uses this in Enterprise. Because as I was telling Colorful, like, we used to be roommates, me and Laszlo, right? So like, I saw him create Peak in our kitchen, right? And he was just showing me, hey, I got this idea, like, what do you think? And and like, I would test it with him and shit. Like, I was there for the Groove Jones. Oh, your offices look cool. Did you make anything that I could know? Okay, so you have like big like product clients type thing, right? So you're making like experiences for big companies, yeah? That's cool. Cool little. This is like WebGL shader shit. Okay, yeah. Okay, I get it. That's nice. And what are you doing now? If I can ask, also. You better slow it down, motherfucker. What's an SWE? Software, Star Wars, Empire. I don't know what that means, sorry. Software engineer, okay. Here's Star Wars, Empire, Galactic Trooper, or whatever. Can you tell that I don't know Star Wars at all? This is very difficult if you don't have anything to... Do you though? I don't know, man. I don't know. Careful what you wish for. Well, I'm not a Star Wars fan, first of all, but I quit a job because of Star Wars once. Can I talk about that? Let's just say I was at a job where they started talking about a Star Wars project. Everyone was super excited, and I just realized I didn't give a shit. I'm not anti-Star Wars at all. It's fine. It's cool. But I remember, like, at a job they announced they were gonna have a Star Wars project or something, and everyone was like, "Whoa, whoa!" And they took out their lightsabers. People came prepared with lightsabers, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Who cares? These things are just fake, you know, like these things, like these big brands, like they don't mean anything, you know, they don't do anything anyway." But I'm really not anti-Star Wars. It's totally fine. If that's what people like, it's what people like. It's just, it doesn't matter that much, really. But that's just like my opinion, right? Which also doesn't matter, of course. But yeah, I didn't like how they made it like into this big thing and whatever. I was like, hey guys, this doesn't matter, does it? Does it matter? I don't know if it matters. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about, dude. It's like I worked with Disney and shit, and I was like, it don't matter. It don't matter. Who gives a fuck about these things? It's like working on ET, for example, right? Obviously, I'm working with friends, and I'm very lucky and stuff. It feels much more meaningful, right? Because I'm working on an author's vision. I'm helping my friend accomplish his dream. So like it's really a unique and great opportunity. But like all these things like Star Wars and whatever, like sorry to say, it doesn't really matter. Yeah. I mean, I think it's really cool to be able to try tech and making things and yeah, that's crazy. And making a Snapchat filter is like crazy easy now. Like I've done it with Spark, but maybe like you guys do like much more like advanced shit, of course, but yeah, colorful. It's all marketing and all like self-importance and Lens Studio. Okay, I just know Spark AR, Spark AR Studio. Yeah. So with this one, you can do okay. Yeah. So this one I've tried, and I made my own filters for Facebook, an Instagram page that I have. It's fine. I guess the first one could be a little bit lower, or a flatter. I guess. What do we call it? Yeah, so you know all about it, right? You just made me think of like a really cool like job interview experience that I had. Is it much bigger? Is it? Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, it is. Okay, that's really weird. Why? You know what? Since this is all like this, I'm just gonna. You were completely right, by the way. I never noticed. I'm just gonna do Mescalade. So yeah, you remind me of a job interview that I got when I quit the Disney project. I got a job interview at a place where they were like, they knew my pay scale and they offered me like almost double, right? So then I go in and I'm like they're like really cool and stuff like that, and then I'm kind of like doing the interview and I'm maybe like 30 minutes in, and they tell me, oh man, we really want to work with you, like, you know, like you have the right attitude and you have the skills and everything. And I'm like, cool, well, let's do it then. And they say, okay, yeah, but we gotta do this. And they give me an Excel test, like a test with like Excel sheets, like super basic stuff. And they were gonna pay me like the most I've ever made, like close to 6 figures, not 6 figures, but close to. And I was like, wait, you guys are gonna pay me this much, but you don't know if I know how to use Excel? Fuck this. Like, I just left. I was like, hey guys, I'm not gonna do this, forget it. Because that just told me like, okay, like management doesn't know what the fuck they're doing if they're gonna pay this much for someone and they don't trust that, or they don't know if this person knows how to use Excel. And if it's like a standard test, customize it, because like for someone that you're gonna pay a lot of money and you don't think they know how to do like a sum in Excel, that's crazy. But yeah, that's my story of when I walked out of a job interview. I was just like, what's this? Oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna do this, sorry, fuck it. Cause like I was like, whoa, if it's like this for an interview, what is it like for the actual job? Like, they don't know what they're doing. I don't want to work with HR that doesn't know what they're doing, right? If I was desperate and I needed the money, at that point, I didn't need the money. I wouldn't spend on money. I wouldn't spend on a good job. But this time I was just like, whoa, that's just really weird. Hey, let's clean this up maybe. It was a very strange experience. Because the guy was like, oh, are you sure? I was like, yeah, come on now. What would you have done? Colorful and Million. I'd say take it, but only because saving up a good paycheck gives you more freedom. Yeah, okay, yeah, I get it, but at that point I didn't need the money. I had sold a lot of copies on my other game, and I had like a good cushion. Like I could just pass on that offer. I just really need to. I think my thing is that I really need to be happy. It's really important to me to be happy at work because I spend so much time at work that I really need to be happy. So of course I had to refuse it, right? It just felt very strange to me, you know. So we're gonna detach these faces so that we can try something new, because they're like, because I've never made anyone play this game yet. I'm not quite sure about the difficulty of things, the difficulty level of things. So, oh fuck, okay. Oh god, okay. You could always negotiate for a better paycheck for sure. These companies, like, in tech, it's just crazy, right? Like the amount of money they have, it baffles me sometimes. Yeah, especially juniors and stuff. They're afraid of negotiating or making themselves like, I understand being thankful for an opportunity, but also I think it's really important to know that you're bringing in value, or else they wouldn't be hiring you. Like, no one's doing you a favor here. Okay, why is this not working? Ah, because this is what I want. We're just patching it up. Okay, so that's what we want. Kind of like this. Maybe. Yeah, maybe what we want to do here is maybe something more. Yeah, so that's what I always tell my friends, right? So your value to a company, not to the people that hired you, that maybe they're nice, to HR and stuff like that, but at the bottom line, your value to the company is this. So the value to the company is this. This is how much you cost them, and this is how much you're making them, and this is their value. This is your value to them, because this is what you're bringing in. This is the money that you're bringing in, right? Boom. So you cannot ask for more than it, because it doesn't make sense. But here, this is the room where you can play and ask for more. So when you ask for this, maybe that's too much, or maybe like not bringing in enough, but can you push it a little bit? Maybe. So you can go and scratch this part here. And people don't get that for some reason. Like, to me it's rather obvious that this is what you're worth to the company, not to the people. Maybe your CEO is super nice, like the chillest guy, maybe whatever, but you know, a lot of people thought I was crazy negotiating my Microsoft hours, and it was nearly triple my last job's pay, and I'm 20. That's crazy, yeah. But I knew I could push it up because you always can. I've convinced a lot of friends to negotiate and increase it. Yes, exactly. So I think whatever they offer you, you can go and try up to you can try like a 20-25%, and yeah, I mean, if they can't, it's fine, they can't, but you can if you're asking for that 25%, I think you should not ask for you should not negotiate if you don't believe that you're worth it. But if you know that you can bring that value, you can go get that anywhere else, because you're bringing in that value, right? So that's what I think. I might be wrong. I might be crazy a little bit also, right? Like, I'm very like, I'm very cold regarding my relationships with my employers. Like, I'm a really chill employee, and like, I like to have fun, and I'm fun, and I'm great and everything. Like, I'm there and I'm doing hard work, but when it comes to money, like, it's a completely separate object conversation, I think, because they're making money, so you're worth, you can get your piece of the pie as well, and you should not feel ashamed for asking for it. Oh yeah, I think maybe that's not a French thing, colorful, but here you get a prop, like they'll tell you how much they can pay you. They'll tell you, or you can ask, what's the pay grade? When I get an offer, I always ask, okay, what can you do? Like, what are we talking about? But also, I am a little bit cocky also. But you can ask. Maybe it's a cultural thing that I'm not aware of. But I think in France you can't, right? Yes. There's pay ranges as well. Yeah, exactly. So like, so when I go into an interview, what I ask most of the time is, there's two questions that I ask, and these questions have got me hired a few times. The first question is, when I'm with the manager or whoever I'm gonna be working with close with, is how do you deal with mistakes? And if they don't know how to answer that question, I'm pretty sure that it's not gonna work out. One time I asked this question and they said, "Oh, are you planning on making a lot of mistakes?" And I said, "Yeah, of course, like that's my job, right? Like I'm a designer. I make things that are not good until they're good. So how do you deal with mistakes?" And their response was like, they were afraid of mistakes. So I was like, "Yeah, okay, that's not good." And the other thing is, I ask the last person in the role that I'm gonna, like the last person in this role that quit, why did they quit? And I asked that as well. And those questions have got me hired. Like they told me it showed maturity and like that I knew what I wanted and stuff. So those are, I think the mistakes one is like really a good question. How do you deal with mistakes? Because you're gonna know more about their managing style and what they value, and it's important. Like I think something that we don't realize when I'm 31 now, by the way. So what I didn't realize at first when I was younger was I am gonna bring value to this company. You know, they're not hiring you to make you a favor. Do you ask if it's a replacement job offer? Oh, if I'm replacing someone? Not really. I don't ask that. Like that's never come up to my mind. It's never come to mind. But if it's, I think you have to ask questions about things that interest you, right? Like it's. But also, it's so much easier to ask all these questions when you're not desperate, right? If you're desperate, if you really need the job, just say yes. You know? Yeah, exactly. They'll just say, "We're growing our team," and you're like, "Oh, cool. Okay, well, glad that I'll be able to be part of this." But yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a fun situation when it like goes like near the, it comes down. You're like, I shouldn't touch it. I don't want to touch it. I almost, fuck. What did I do? I think I did like print or something. Okay, what happened? Do they ask where do you see yourself in 5 years? I've only gotten that question at jobs that were like kind of like shitty, like say like, and sorry, I don't want to disparage anyone. I shouldn't have said shitty. maybe like jobs when I wasn't a professional, like when I was trying to work at like a store, like as a student at a store, like Subway or something like that. They asked that, but not in a games job, which is what I've done for the last 6 years, I think, 5-6 years. But if they asked me that, I'd be like, I don't know. I just... Yeah, you want to ask all the weird questions? The cool idea. If they asked me that, I would just say, like, I don't know, I just want to have fun. Honestly, I just want to have fun. I don't want to be bored. So however that happens, I just don't want to be bored. And then they should say, well, you're going to have fun here. That's what they should say. I think. I know I have like very, I think I'm reasonable though. Like I have very peculiar tastes, like in jobs and stuff, but I think I'm reasonable. I think I'm just sincere, and some employers are not used to that. Yeah, like I don't want to say any specifics like, oh, I'm gonna be rich, or I'm gonna be, I see myself being a manager here, because I don't want to manage people. I don't want to manage people. I just want to do my thing. I just want to do good work, do things that are fun and interesting. But you know, make money that allow me to live and have fun and do things that I like. The rest, I don't care too much. But I'm happy that I haven't had to get a job in a little while now. Last job that I got, honestly, I got offered, so I haven't had to look for a job in a little while, like almost like 2 years now. I'm thinking about going into teaching actually next, like teaching game development, teaching design. Game design. I would like to, my dream is like to have a class that's like a workshop type class where we make games every week. Something like what Bennett Foddy does at NYU. Right, something that I would love to do. Yeah. Well, being interviewed or just speaking confidence normally implies competence to people. Yes. And, but another thing I want to say is that they aren't correlated. But I have to say, and this is not to diss anyone that I work with, people are not as impressive as you might think once you're in it. There's some like rock stars for sure, like I think that if you work with like whoever, like these famous like Elon Musk and whatever the fuck, like they're for sure super good and crazy and good, but like the people that I've worked with were just normal workers. Like I was not necessarily impressed by a lot of designers, for example. I was impressed by some programmers, but by designers I was never really impressed. Maybe one that had a lot of experience had like quick wit and stuff and was good, but like most of the people that you work with are just normal workers. So like competence, the skill cap is not that high. Truly, in the game industry at least, I think where I've worked, even for big clients, like people were just not that, like they weren't like, they were super talented and good, but I didn't feel like they were much more like crazy talented than me. Like I felt like I was part of the good ones, which surprised me because I had never had a job in the industry when I first started. Yeah, so it sucks to work with people to do the minimum. It sucks. And yeah, exactly. I'm more interested in people that are passionate, that are trying to learn. Yeah, that's what I like. Passionate and trying to learn and trying to teach, more than people that are like rock stars or something like that, because that doesn't really exist that much. It's very like, I think at the old job that we had, there was one dude and nobody liked him. Like, he was impossible to deal with. Yeah, imposter syndrome for sure. I still get it. Like, I still get imposter syndrome, but once I saw that I was one of them, you know, because the tech world tries so hard to be like a black box, and there's like terminology and just like black box, you know, like they like using terms and shit that make it look that it's more interesting than it actually is. It's not that crazy. It's not that, like, it's just a job, but you can do great things though. Anyway, it depends on what you make out of. Okay, so I think my issue right now with the ball is that yeah, exactly. Exactly. And also, like, I'm going all over the place, but like, don't listen to YouTube people. Like, it's fun to watch and stuff, but like, don't fucking listen to most YouTube people. Like, for example, like on my field, on design, on game design, I think that like Game Maker's Toolkit and Snowman Gaming, they're cool YouTube channels. They're really fun to watch, but they're not talking about game design. They're talking about game design analysis. It's not the same. The discipline of game design is something that you do and that you try out, and solutions are not as simple as, like, a priori they're not as simple. They're like, the analysis, of course you're gonna find the right answer, but like when you're making things, it's completely different. So like, stop listening to people that analyze things, finished products, because that's not what making things is. It has nothing to do with analysis of finished products. You will use that skill in design, right? Like, you will use the analysis skill in design. For example, here, like, I played games that, oh fuck, Photoshop is Photoshop on the screen? No, okay. So there's like stuff here. Say I played Octodad because I was like, oh yeah, this game kind of like makes sense with like the weirdness of this game, or Humans Fall Flat, or I Am Bread. These are references, right? Like, I can see how they solved some problems, so that serves me as a starting point to some things. But I'm not fixing these games or whatever, you know. Yeah, but I'm talking even worse, like people that on YouTube have never made a game but play a lot of games and analyze them. And that's totally fine. Analysis is cool, but analysis is its own discipline, and it's more like game design theory than game design as a practice, you know? So, for inspiration it's fine, but like, I don't think you're gonna learn to make games by any other way than making games. And that took me years to understand. Like, I was maybe like 23 when I got that. The only way to get good at making things is making them, because I was good at analyzing them and understanding them, and I did develop my taste and stuff, and that's why maybe like I'm a better designer now, but I wasn't a good designer at that point. You need both, I think. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Let's play through the 3 levels and see, because I think the second level I'm not very happy with. Scene. Oh, it's playtest. The name of the levels. Yeah, playtest. I have to populate them. Actually, let's commit. Million, by the way, I don't know if you have the link for the Discord, but there's a Discord where I post updates and stuff about my work, and my YouTube channel and stuff. If you want to join, I'll send it to you. Could I play on Linux? I don't think so. I think it's just gonna be, we're just gonna do like a Windows build. Quite frankly, I don't think we can do more than that. Let's see. I could try to build it for you here, but I'm not gonna be. I can guarantee that it'll work. So let's do a commit. I'm just gonna do it on the other screen. That's not an issue for you guys. Playtest 3. Respond objective. Okay, playtest. Tag. I don't know what that is. Okay, menu. Splash screen. This. Okay. Updates on levels and menus. And then I'm gonna push to level design. Yeah, but I'll tell you something that I hate even more than that, if you want to know. I don't hate. I think on YouTube you have two types of developers. I think I'm one of them. There's the first one, which is people that do game development and stream it and share, like I'm doing right now. I'm actually making a game and I'm sharing and I'm showing and stuff. And there's people that do YouTube about making games. So they don't actually make games, they make videos about them making games, which is completely different. And the videos are really well done and it's fun and stuff, but they very rarely finish a game, or they very rarely make games. They make games about making games and about the story of making the game. So it's like a storytelling thing, right? Like it's like, oh, I canceled my game or blah blah blah, and they're not really making games. And that's fine. Like it's a type of content and it's fun. But those are the two, and I don't hate them. I'm just saying, like, it's a different thing. And yeah, I like people that don't finish anything. There's two types of those as well, or many types of those. There's the ones that don't finish. There's ones that don't finish anything because they just don't. And there's others that don't finish anything because they like to make everything from scratch, and they like the tech, and they like to create tools and engines and stuff, and that's great. Sometimes they do make games, but I don't think their interest is in making games. It's in making tech. And personally, my interest is in making games and streaming about the game making that I do. But I will still be making games even if I don't stream. Like, I don't make games to stream them. I stream that I make games. Oh yeah, games are so hard to make, for sure. You can ask Apple is actually a developer himself. He's making a really cool game, beautiful game. That's like oh fuck me. Okay, yeah, this is my new game. Apple's making a game that is like, you know, that StarCraft level where you had to like stop and go at certain places and whatever. He's making a game like that about timing, and it's a cool game. Yeah, this is a new game that I'm making with Phil. I don't know if you met him when you came to Montreal. He was one of the dudes from Flop. I don't know if you met him. Yeah, so I'm making a game with him. This is the game that we're making together. Yeah, so basically what I'm working on right now is a playtest build. I'm making 3 levels to get the game out and into people's hands. If you want to try it out, please let me know. And join the Discord. I was going to send you the link to the Discord, Million. I don't know if it's on the description. let me. You activate one of the balls with the trigger. I'll show you. Let me just log in and send you guys the link to the Discord. I'm trying to build up my Discord again. I had it for a little while and then I stopped because my old game got cancelled actually. I meant for 1 million. No, that you are. I renamed it. Yeah, it's called Alvaro Learns Things now. It's based on my YouTube channel now that I'm making, where I do music and stuff. Like pretty much all the creative stuff that I'm doing, I'm streaming now. Just for documentation purposes and sometimes to discuss with people like you guys. Hey, welcome to the Discord. I just saw you join. And I shaved my head today, because why not? Yeah, the bird game was like years and years ago, right? It got cancelled because the basically the artist quit the project, and that kind of like killed it for me. So that's why I ended up releasing 000 instead. That I could make by myself. Right, so this is level 1, done. I like it. There are builds of it that you can try, but do you have a link to that game? Yeah, 000 is maybe gonna come out on PC soon. If you guys want to check it out here, it's available on Xbox, PlayStation 4, Switch, PSP. It's actually available on PSP, believe it or not. Okay, so this is the second level, and I'm not quite fond of it right now. Yeah, 000 is published. It was started years ago, and then eventually I just picked it back up from the Jam version. Multiplayer games, what type? I have a multiplayer game that I made that is really good, that I really love. It's this one. Have you guys ever played it? Does anyone want to play a game actually? No one plays it, obviously, but oh, does it not work? I'll be waiting for an appointment if someone wants to join. It's tic-tac-toe, but with a big twist. I don't know if it works. Just join the game. Just do play now. And we're going to be the only 2 players. So okay, so basically you can move. How do you move again? I can't remember how to move in this game. Was? Okay, but it doesn't work. Am I like blocked? Okay, it didn't work for me for some reason. Is it working for you? Okay, so you can move and you can pick up pieces, right? And you're red and I'm blue, and with spacebars you pick up the piece and you can place it, and you do a tic-tac-toe, right? Right, Apple. So what's cool is that it's making you scroll down. It doesn't make me scroll down. Weird. What about if you go into full screen? Okay, so what's cool is that you could do this also. And that's where it becomes crazy, right? Like, I can just... you should have taken my piece. And that's the game. So there's some strategy to it that you'll develop, right? But yeah, like, that's lol. And I think this is a really cool game. It has like a lot of like little thingies to it, but sadly it never really picked up. I sold it. I sold that license to a company and I made some money with it, but I didn't really get a player base, sadly. And I made a lot of stuff for it. Ugh, motherfucker. Hey, come here, you. Hey, man, you're getting it, I think. Hey, you little shit. Yeah, I think it would have been like a really cool streamer game, you know? But... ugh, you're annoying me. And you have 4 pieces because... fuck. You have 4 pieces because, you know, like, you can... there we go. Yeah, exactly. This game, I brought it to some events, and it killed. It really killed. It was really like... oh, fuck. Because if there are 2 pieces of the same, it won't work. Nope. Denied. There we go. So, and there's another cool feature actually I'm going to show you. I even made it so that you can unlock costumes on level 5. You can be a zombie, you can be an emoji, you can be like a little face like this. I can't remember if I left the debugs in, maybe. And you could even like go into different servers, and you can go into Moon, and Moon was like weird version of the game. Yeah, so that's the game. And you can do private games and whatever. Yeah, so that's that. The server is WebRTC, but it has, I do not recommend it because it causes a lot of issues. Like, Rock Paper Shotgun wrote an article about the game, and in the article it says we had trouble running it in the office. So, you know, yeah, it's free. WebRTC, it's peer-to-peer basically. But I would not make another online game with that tech, because some browsers, no, it's not the browser, I think it's like the ISP. You could be blocked from like using WebRTC at ISP level, so some people will never be able to play that game. Fuck. This is a time-based level. Yeah, I'm not familiar exactly with the terminology and stuff. Like, I really just hacked it together. And it worked, but I'm not really happy with... I think it's something that maybe killed the game, to be honest. So I think next time, if I were to do it, I would maybe make the game with Unity and use like some other tech, like Bolt, like the little, like the Bolt online thing that they have. Okay, so this level I'm not completely happy with, I'm not gonna lie. But I don't know what to do with it. If I just get rid of this. Oh yes, okay, so how do I control the worm character? Right. So there's two balls. Ball here makes it so you can control it like this. Ball here, trigger here, control the other one. Hold and press A to like go up. And then you can do stuff like jump. If you press both, you can do stuff like this. You can do stuff like, you know, so you can use your own physicality to do things. So one bug right now that we have, and I'm gonna try to fix it maybe and see like level. Let's see if I can actually fix it. Playtest. I think I have to add them to this, and then chapters. Chapters here. Chapter dev. Level 1, level 2, level 3. And this one is going to be playtest. It's going to be playtest. Playtest 3D. Regenerate. Let's see if I can load it from main menu. Because main menu is going to load the light. Right now I don't have the light. I don't know if you guys noticed that the light is really shitty in the game. It's because you need to load the bootstrap correctly, which right now is kind of like broken. So this is dev. Okay, there you see the light is a little bit different now, which is kind of cool. So then chapter, I'm gonna go to chapter dev. Yeah, exactly. I remember that, the nat thing. Yes. And that was part of like my issues with it. Chapter step. So we're gonna have 3 levels. We're gonna have a playtest chapter, and then here is gonna be title is gonna be learning to crawl. Learn to crawl. Something like that, and reaching new heights, and then playing with balls. I think this is too gross. Ball play. Ball escort mission. Escort. And then we can go into menu. Game menu, and hopefully it'll be there. Chapter 1, level name. Okay, so it's not loading the thing. Okay, so now we have the light, which is cool. It's a little bit oversaturated. Maybe that's why you can't play, yeah. So you see, like, it sucks. It really sucks that you can't play. It's a bit overexposed, but cool. But it looks much nicer with the lights, though, doesn't it? Except it's too, like, where is the light? Directional light. So is it playtest? Maybe I have 2 lights. Yeah, maybe I have 2 lights, and that's messing it up. Okay. Menu. this fixes it. Nope. Yeah, we're gonna need to I'm gonna need to figure out how we want the light. Yeah, dude, feel free to send it my way. I can even play it on stream so that you can watch me play it. But I'm not gonna stay for much longer today, though. I'm gonna go really soon. I have to go run some errands. But we did some good progress today. So Clitterlum is coming along just fine. I'm gonna send. And if you have an idea for a better name than this, please let me know. When I do the snake, baby, snake. I don't know about snack because I feel like that's like too much of like a meme. Well, that's the joke, right? 9 by 19. I know that was the point. But it's good that you caught it. Yeah. Why is the light not loading correctly from here, and then when I load it from menu, it's overexposed? Okay, so basically, I got COVID now. I already explained this, but Clitterlum is, oh, this looks like it's this part of the worm, and we just thought it was so funny that it sounds like clit, because we're dumb. Me and my friend were just so stupid that we thought it was funny. So yeah. I don't stream every day. I stream, you know what? Yes, I stream every day, but I don't stream game development every day. I stream, basically, I decided that I would document everything creative that I do on the computer. So if I'm doing something, so I play music, I play with the OP1, I play with the Arturia keyboard that's behind here, I play with the modular synthesizers. I don't know what you can see right now. Let me check if you guys can see. I play with this kind of stuff. Cables and whatever. So I do a lot of creative stuff, and I post it on my Twitch and YouTube. My YouTube is Alvaro Learns Things. So basically it's just like I try things and I learn, and you know, whatever I learn, whatever I don't know, I just want to make a YouTube channel that is not like, that I don't do for like to become a YouTuber, but more like to connect with a smaller amount of people and just show that, like, the joy of creating and the joy of being bad at things and just having fun and hanging out. So yeah, that's why I called it Alvaro Learns Things. So pretty much every new thing that I learn, I just stream. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, that doesn't sell. I know. Shit. I'm not gonna be able to open a Patreon, eh? God damn it. I gotta do it. Either you gotta do it for the views or for the money, and I got neither. So can you imagine, like, what a loser this guy is? I don't know, man. If I have fun, I win. You know. Thanks. Thank you so much. That's what it's like. I'm not gonna lie. It's still nice when people subscribe, and it's still nice when I get comments and stuff on my music and on my stuff. It's just, it's, you know, great and it's motivating and you know, I want to connect with people, but also fuck. Also, I don't know, with time I just figured out that being creative is what I do and it's what I like to do. Being good is not what I do. Sometimes I do, but most of the time I don't. And I think that's a skill and something worth sharing in itself. Just having fun, you know, without the pressure of like being the best at stuff or whatever. I suffered from depression for a long time, and because of that, because I was comparing myself a lot, and now like it's just about having fun. It's about people coming in and telling me that the name of my game sounds like clitoris, which it does. So the goal of this level for whoever just joined is to bring the ball to the end of the thing. It's not a great level right now, but it's a good starting version, or maybe I'm too good at it right now. But the playtest on April 11th is gonna show us if it's fun or not. Let's go back to level 2. So yeah, on my YouTube channel, you can see me do stuff like this, connecting shit and making noise with it. You can see me do stuff like this, making music and looping and whatever, drinking coffee. Yeah. So that's the kind of stuff that I do. What else do I do? Oh, VR stuff. I used to. I don't have my VR kit anymore, but like this idea is really cool. So you can grab a camera and see it on your hand, and you know, do that. But then you can also pick up a camera that has physics. I did VR, but the thing is, it caused a lot of issues with my computer for some reason, and this is my work computer, so I don't want to have like 3 computers or 2 computers, like, so I just stopped. So this is one of the ideas that I had with, and then there's another one, but maybe this will get me banned from Oculus Quest. Could I develop for it? This one is you're just flinging like a big cock. Is this against the Twitch rules? I don't know, but we can just say that this is another version of the Snake game. I guess it's like part of my artist statement. I just work a lot with snake type objects. It's against? Yeah, well, there you go. So yeah, there's a game where you use the big cock and you just flailed it around. And that's all you did. That's the whole game. I guess I have a phallic obsession. Yeah. It's like I used to tell my friend, for a straight dude, I like cock too much, when I made that game. Anyway, I thought that was funny. Oh, that's kind of cooler to have to jump like a crazy person. And there we go. And yeah, I'm kind of happy with the 3 levels. Like they're not amazing. The third one, like both, the second one and third one could use more love. But that's something we're gonna do tomorrow or later, because I'm kind of tired. I'm getting a headache and I need to go eat something and run errands like an adult. But yeah, just subscribe, follow the Twitch, subscribe to the YouTube or whatever, or join the Discord. Yeah, that's something that we considered as well. Basically, things that we considered is like two players control 2 different things. Slimelium. Oh, well, that's cool. Snake. What about Snakelium? Snakeyum. Slimeyum. Because if you check in the scenes, We have so many scenes. We have like character. Like this used to be another game before. You know, like with a look like this. I don't know if the scene even runs anymore. Is it? But we had like really cool shaders, and it was just like a look test here. Let me just see if because we also have a bunch of other levels. I don't know if I should just include. Oh, did I delete this one? Should I just like include these as extras in the demo? What do you guys think? They're not as great. What? But I could maybe include them because they're there. Oh, but did I really delete the level demo 1? Fuck, I'm an asshole to myself. Then there's a bunch of gyms where we just tested a lot of like the movement stuff. Movement without gravity. Just we wanted to see what it was broken. And is the other player. Template. Template 2. Wonder. Whoa, what is this? Okay, this is obviously not my game, but this is a demo for the shader, but I really like the look, and it's something that we could go for the type of look that it could have. I find this inspiring. Oh yeah, the basic gym here. So yeah, so here, I don't know if you guys do this for your own games, but I throw in a player and then I test like, okay, can the player go up here? Can the player go up here? Can they go through this? So it's basically like basic gameplay units, just to see how things feel, to tweak the controller and stuff like that. But I was looking for something specific. Yeah, these are just like examples for stuff. Oh yeah, this is one of the scenes. Altitude. Okay, so this one, whoa, this one is completely broken. Yeah, I've done that in real life. Have you played Heave Ho? In Heave Ho, you're controlling characters that have 2 arms, and you can pick each other up. But fuck these dudes! I don't want to watch these dudes. So yeah, like you see the character here can grab from one hand and the other, and they can grab each other and stuff to like get to places. So you can see like here they. So it's a really fun game. Great, so that's it for today. I think I'm gonna run errands. Send me your game through Discord. I want to check it out and maybe even play it on the stream later. If you have any other, let's try Slime Alien as a name. Let's see. That looks cute though. I'm not gonna lie. That looks cute though. That does look cute. Jesus. What do you guys think? Huh. I like it though. I don't know if it's a good name, but I like it. I'll just save it as is. Yeah, I also can't wait to see it like with more personality, right? Yeah. All right, guys, I'll be going because I have stuff to do. But thank you for watching. It's really cool to hang out with you guys. Welcome Million to the stream. Welcome 9 times 19 millimeters. Welcome Apo. Welcome Color Fur. Well, Color Fur, you've been here for a couple days. But yeah, let's chat on Discord and